to find a local agent today. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. HEB.
Oh, they're about to do the three-point competition.
Baylor Athletic.
Yeah.
Texans.
None of them in there, but
The home.
Sarah's there. Yeah. Sarah, is there.
Now, here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris.
Again, that'll be fun. And senior night, you got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving parts, but I hope everybody will come out. I always say it, if you haven't been out, come out, I'll refund you. I think it's $2 tickets.
It is.
So I will refund your $2 if you do not have a good time while you're there, and I guarantee a good time.
Money back guarantee.
Absolutely.
You can't do any better than that.
No,
so
that's
true. Good. Hopeful of a really big crowd. So we're trying to set a record, largest crowd ever in acrobatics and tumbling history.
Yes.
But we already hold the record, right?
We do, but we never settle.
Right.
So we want to break our own
record. So up
record.
the record.
Yes.
Right. I love that. Okay, very good. What does the crowd need to be? What would you like to see on
like
Saturday?
Numbers?
Yeah.
What does women's basketball bring? I mean, let's shoot for that,
yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
A little different in Foster, than it was at the Farrell Center.
If we had 3,000 people, that would be huge for our sport.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. And I think, what is the record? Do you have it? Do they have it anywhere?
I do not.
I think it's 2,000. Right at 2,000 is the record. But, I mean, I think the sport's getting more – I always joke and say we're going to beat women's basketball. That it might be a few years before we get there, but we can try. Some of the athletes were joking about we should, on April Fool's, say that there's a pickup men's basketball game. At Baylor men's basketball game at 5 p.m. in the Farrell.
Okay.
And then just not tell them April Fools, and then everybody would come, and then they'd be completely entertained for an hour and a half.
That would be good.
So I thought that was a pretty good marketing ploy. But I think, we've got 2,500, 3,000 people in the Farrell Center at a meet because, we only face that one side.
Right.
That would be ridiculous because our normal meets are so energetic. Like this one's going to be over the top.
Yeah. Okay, very good. All right, so that's a good number to shoot for, and that's at least that. Let's say that. So you may blow 3,000 out of the water.
Yeah.
Which would be fun.
Yeah.
April Fool's was earlier this week. Did around your office any pranks going on in your office?
I think it was on Tuesday, unless they pranked me and I didn't know. But Tuesday is our day off of practice.
Yes.
So I didn't see them. I have no doubt that if we were there would have been some pranks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
I will tell you that when I looked out my office window today into my practice facility, there was a fake Justin Bieber concert going on down there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you never know. I don't think that actually wasn't April Fool's. That was just a normal Thursday practice.
Okay. Was the fake Justin Bieber here?
He was there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Entertaining Thursday.
It was a great practice today too. So I mean, you never know. I don't get surprised anymore.
Yeah.
I just like, you know what, whatever is fun.
Good. All right. I always like your assessment of your team. You want to start here and be ascending, as the season goes on, and be at your best when you get to the Nationals. Where do you feel like you are on that trek this year?
We have not peaked, but I think we're on that trajectory. I think if we execute this weekend, everything that we have and everything that we have planned to execute, we'll be in good shape. But we still have more work to do before the national championship. We've been really focusing on execution. They're still getting new tumbling passes, still getting new acros and things like that. Constant competition within the team to get out there. So, that drives everybody to be better and better. So I think we're in a good place. But, we got to show up on Saturday and execute, and then we have work to do before we get to the championship.
All right. And last time you were here, you were saying you had really good competition, for spots this year.
Yes. So
you're saying this far into the year, they're still pushing each other.
They are. There's a constant battle for our 6-element acro. The second half of it particularly, but they call it the acro army. And literally everyone on the team can do these skills. And so it is a constant competition to get into the starting lineup, break into that top 28, or already in the starting lineup, get into that acro. So, they continue to just push each other.
That's
nice.
Great.
Yeah.
You got to love that, right?
Yes.
As a coach?
Yes.
And keeps everybody sharp. If your iron sharpens iron, if somebody's pushing you, you got to be better.
Yeah, got to be on your toes every day.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good. Since the last time you were here with us, you passed a milestone. Your 100th career victory. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you.
And it was celebrated appropriately against Iona, so that was cool. The next home meet after you got the 100 on the road at Missouri State. What is that? It's a milestone. What does that mean to you?
It's cool. I knew that they told me I was going to get my 100th win this year, so they took some fun pictures. I hate getting my picture made, so I suffered through it, and they took some fun pictures. So I knew that it was going to be, but I didn't think about it. And so, fun story, the actual 100th win was against Missouri State in Springfield, Missouri, and I didn't really think about it all day. And the team had decided they were going to, apparently they had to talk to Treasure, and they had decided they're going to do some fun things.
Okay.
I had no idea. And so that day I didn't really think about it. And before we go out for team event, it was a first-year program. Our start values were a lot different. So we were going to win the meet. So I said to them, let's go out and get a 100. I don't know if they thought that I realized it was my 100th win, but scoring a 100 in team event is a big deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they realize it or not, but this is the truth, and I feel stupid. But at the end of our routine, the team event, how they slap the floor and they say, sick 'em. So I'm sitting there watching. They did a great routine, and they slapped the floor, and then they all pointed at me and said, 100.
Oh, that's great.
But I didn't get it. And so I just I was like, what? And I turned around to Kelsey, and I said, I thought, and for the first 20 seconds, I thought they did that because I said, go get 100. So I'm like, those officials are never going to give us a 100 now because they just asked for it. So it took me standing up from my usual little perch and walking back toward the bench, and I was like, oh, it's my 100th win. So I thought that I felt dumb. I was like, but it was cute. I was like, okay, you guys got me, you got me. And then I thought it was done.
Yeah.
So little did I know, they had all plotted, and they ran, the parents that were there, they ran back to the hotel. My entire staff lied like rugs, lied to me the whole time.
Okay.
I had no idea.
For a good reason.
Yes, but I can't believe I didn't see it coming. So we get back to the hotel, and Treasure's like, hey, I got to ask you a question. Because all of the athletes, I didn't note it, were running past me to get to the meeting room. And Treasure's like, hey, come out here. Do you see the Steak and Shake? they're thinking about going to Steak and Shake. And I was like, okay, can we go to dinner? So I walked down to the meeting room, and they had it decorated, silly string, the confetti, the whole 9, cupcakes. So I was surprised again. So it was really cool. And then they did a video for me. Thank you for being part of that.
That was fun.
So then I cried, and then now we have a 24-month moratorium on surprises.
Really?
So no more surprises for me. But it was very cool, and I say that publicly, like, thanking all of them. It was amazing. And then I just couldn't believe they lied so well. So now I'm worried.
No, it was all for a very good cause. They normally, I know those folks, they would never lie. It was just for.
Treasure was lying like a rug.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Means a lot.
Yeah.
Means a lot to us, for you.
Thank
and I
you.
hope you feel celebrated with
Yeah,
that.
no,
That's
it was
cool.
wonderful. And did you see my wiener dog plaque?
Yes, I did.
So
very funny.
when we celebrated against Iona, they gave me a plaque of pictures shaped like a wiener dog.
Yeah.
Highlight of my year.
Perfect.
Yes.
That was perfect. All right, very good. Coach Felecia Mulkey is with us, so let's take a break. We'll be back with more in a moment. It is the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. We'll take a break and be right back live from Rudy's right after this.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Just took the Tacoma off-road deep into the woods. I got to this hidden campsite only it could reach, Hey, what about you?
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Oh, sweet. Wait, hey, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control. I didn't even break a sweat getting up to the spot.
Oh, well, I hit some pretty rough terrain myself. The Tundra handled it no problem with all that torque. The best part was pulling my buddy's camper through the mud like it was nothing.
Well, speaking of mud, I was kicking it up all weekend. And my Tacoma didn't even flinch.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
Whatever fun looks like to you, the Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are ready for it. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco. Coach Felecia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, our first guest tonight. We'll take questions from the audience next segment, okay? We've got a good group of questions already gathered. You folks, if y'all have questions, now's the time, okay? So get those up to us, and we'll get those in front of Coach Fee. Thanks again to our host here at Rudy's, proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue.
That's right.
Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. If only we had pickles for you tonight.
I will say, though, those breakfast tacos are something else.
They are very good.
Yeah, I will drive all the way down here for a brisket
Is
taco.
that right?
Oh, yeah. You can ask Jeff.
What do you mean all the way? From the Farrell Center?
No, from where I live in
From
Woodway.
home?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
gotcha.
we passed some more breakfast taco spots between here and home, but
It's worth the drive
these are
to
good.
Rudy's,
Yeah,
we would
no,
say.
It's
okay.
true. It's true.
All right, so Oregon this week, the Ducks, I think, ranked number 2. You're number 1. Give us a scouting report. How's it look for Saturday?
Well, we're going to win.
Number
no.
1.
No. Oregon looks great per usual. It's so much fun always to go up against them. It always brings us to a new level. I think it brings them to a new level in competition. We just have to execute. I think their start values, what you're going to see, usually we are about 3 or 4 points ahead of them in start value going into the meet. their start values are pretty similar to ours this year.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
really going to come down to execution, which is awesome because we're good at that.
Yeah.
So I know we're really pumped about it, and I think the team is mentally in a good spot going into it and ready. And it always feels good with a team when it's like, it's not, oh, I'm excited about the meet. It's like, get me out there, let me go. And that's,
cool.
I think that's where they are.
That's great.
Yeah.
Your former school, obviously, Oregon, any pangs there when you go up against Oregon, or is that kind of old news?
I mean, I really, their coach is great. Her name is Taylor. I did not coach her. I recruited her there,
Right.
but I left before I got to coach her. She's a good human, and her staff. I have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I always do like to win against them, but no. I mean, there's
Gotcha.
I'm excited for them doing as well as they are this year, but I still want to outscore them.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's good. That's the bottom line. You've said that about 3 or 4 times, so that's good. One of the few schools you go up against that's not coached by one of your former student athletes. I mean, even Taylor, you recruited her.
Right. Yeah. That I don't know how many are out there now, but there's quite a few.
That's
We've
pretty
seen quite
cool.
a few this year. Jackie, the Iona coach, Iona came down, and she was one of my former athletes at Kennesaw and at Oregon.
Oh,
she actually,
wow.
when I took the job at Oregon, she transferred
How
to
about
Oregon
that?
and finished out there. So, yeah, a lot of connections, small world.
Yeah. How is that? Is that fun? I
It
mean,
is.
to know that you have helped grow the sport in that way. You've done it so many ways, but in that way that your former student athletes, are now coaching at other schools.
Yeah, it's fun to watch them live out their dreams on that side of the mat, if that makes sense. Because it's, for me, coaching's therapeutic, and so I see them find joy in that piece too. So I cheer for them.
Good. Are there any of those former student athletes now coaches that you look at and you think, I never thought that person would be a good coach?
Yes.
No names. All right, there's the end of that.
Yes, they're not from Baylor.
Gotcha, Courtney. That's not you. All right. So senior night this week, and that's it for the regular season.
It is, yes.
And then on to nationals, which are in
Sioux
Falls,
Falls,
South
South
Dakota.
Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you up there earlier this year, or was that last year?
Not this year, but
You've been there
last year we
before.
went. Yeah, it's a great school and a really pretty area. That's the first time I'd ever been there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Augustana is the school there.
Former Bear coach is there.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
So what's that going to be like when you look ahead a little bit to nationals?
If the rankings stay where they are now, and we stay 1, Oregon stays 2, then we would see 2 really good teams potentially. Limestone is the number 8 right now, so we would see them first if we remain in the number 1 spot. But I think it's fun to see different names in the top 8. Iona's in there for the first time. They're at number 6. Fairmont State is in there, ranked a little bit higher. Augustana for the first time is in there. I think they're number 4. So it's fun to see as the sport grows these different names. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we're in a good spot heading into it physically and mentally. So I think we'll be able to peak when we get there, which will be important. We're talking a lot now about the 3 days. If you can, in ours it's you survive in advance, but there's no time in between. It's literally less than 24 hours later you're doing it all again. So we're getting prepared for that.
Good. Are we in the rotation? Is the schedule set? Will we host again at some point?
I
here?
think whenever you tell them you want to host here,
It's
they'll
not
tell
me.
you. I think it is.
I think we should. I think we do a better job than anybody.
I agree. I think we host that first NCAA championship.
Oh,
I think that's what we should do.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Let's shoot for that.
Yeah, you put it out there in the universe. We'll get you in touch with the right people.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, me. It's not me. You're the one that's well connected. So give us an quick update on schools, additions, growth, NCAA.
So NCAA-wise, we should, as the end of the season hits, which will be this next week, all of the regular season meets will be over. We should kickstart legislation for NCAA championship status. We've had over 40 schools compete in at least 6 meets with 18 or plus participants. That was the check mark. And for the record, we got to 39.5 last year. Basically, we had 40, and 1 school had to cancel because of a tornado.
Oh, no, really?
And that is why we did not get into legislation, and there was no precedent for that. There was no way to complete a waiver for it. So it was like, Okay, we're at 39. So we're well over 40 this year. We're hitting it. And so that will kick us into legislation for NCAA status or NCAA championship status. We're already an NCAA sport. Right. And that's a little bit of a process. It'll take, it has to go through all of the votes and the legislative pieces. So we're there. And then as far as additions, I think we're at 56. I just said in the break, I got an email from another school that is adding, and I need to email them back. It just hit me. I got to do that tonight when I get home. So the growth, the momentum it continues, and there's all these changes in the NCAA, everything going on. Schools are still adding this sport. So, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, that's a great sign given the climate that we're in right now, in college athletics.
Yeah, and people, I think some of the bigger schools have hit pause because there was a lot of interest in a lot of Division I schools across the country. But even Division I schools that are not in that Power 4 conference, they're adding. Canisius just hired their coach. They've already recruited 20 athletes. Like the momentum is not stopping. The excitement about the sport is not stopping. And so even though there's been a little bit of a pause, we're growing through the pause.
Tremendous. That's great. And saw y'all debuted some pretty cool new threads.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How was that received?
Our new unis?
Yes.
Is that what? Yeah.
Yes,
no, I think that you guys liked them, right? Yeah. No, they were pretty pumped. You got to give Treasure's always out working the back end on that, trying to get some uniforms and stuff. So I will give her some credit for that.
Anthracite with gold. Oh, that's nice.
They look really good.
Yeah, that's a good look. Very good. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break so we have plenty of time for questions from the audience for you. I think we've got a good stack of questions. So let's take a break. We'll be back with more in a moment. It is the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. And we'll be right back live from Rudy's with Coach Felecia Mulkey, acrobatics and tumbling, right after this.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, presented by Green Eye Associates, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today and sick 'em Bears.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Have you gone gold yet? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor bookstore at the upcoming Go Gold dates. To stay up to date on some golden opportunities, visit BaylorBears.com/GoGold. Go Gold and sick 'em Bears.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From Rudy's on the Circle in Waco, our first guest tonight is Felecia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling head coach. Mitch Thompson will join us bottom of the hour. We'll switch gears and talk Baylor baseball. You are indoors on Saturday, which is nice. Rain could be an issue this weekend. So if you're planning on going out to baseball and it starts raining, go indoors to the Farrell Center and be part of the all-time record crowd.
Yeah, right across the parking lot.
Easy to get there, right in there.
Yeah.
All right, we got good questions from the audience. You ready for these? We'll start with Bob's questions. Attorney Bob, he's got some good ones for you. The roster limit next year will be 55 for A&T. How many scholarships will Mac Rhodes give you?
I don't know. I hope I'll find out on Monday. Right now, we are I know this is what I trust with Baylor, and I'm not just saying this. They have they always have done the right thing for the right reasons. That's why I'm here. So 55 roster cap. We're at 53 right now. Our max scholarship amount right now, and we're already equivalency sport. I know with these new rules, everybody may end up being an equivalency sport. We're maxed out at 14. Baylor did that before anyone else would do that. So I know if there's a will and a way, that MAC will do us right.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about it, and I have always lived my life. And the dude hasn't let me down. I keep waiting. He hasn't let me down yet, so I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to the question, but I feel like Baylor will do us right.
And Monday, April 7th, it really is a big day.
Yes, yeah. I think that's when a lot of the news and whatnot will come out.
Right,
yeah.
The House settlement, all of that. All right, another question from Bob also. The House settlement is $20.5 million. How much of that is going to acrobatics and tumbling?
I do not know. Another question that I will not know the answer to until after Monday.
Right.
This thing is so complicated and convoluted. I don't even pretend to understand everything about it. I think I know it very big picture. But I knew we're not a revenue sport for Baylor. I recognize that. We're very privileged to have the opportunity that we have, and Baylor takes really good care of us. But I know that, we're not bringing money into the university, so that probably has something to do with the revenue sharing and whatnot. So I don't know. Ask me that next time I'm on in a couple weeks, and I might have a better answer for you.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Appreciate that. All right, another question. Why is the match against Oregon on the same night as the men's Final Four?
I'm not sure, but I bet you the Final Four marketing people are asking the same question because they're going to choose to come to the A&T meet.
You're impacting the Final Four.
100%. They're probably mad
San
about
Antonio,
it.
right?
Yeah, I know.
People are making that decision right now to stay here for your meet. That's great.
And it's a shorter drive, so you should just come here.
Yeah, very good. All right, here's a great question. This is from, Justin Bieber.
I saw him today.
What is your favorite book of all time? If you can't pick one, what are your top three? And why?
Well, I love fiction. I love so Stephen King is my absolute favorite writer, and he's a horror writer, and I love true crime, so I'm always into that stuff.
Okay.
So I can't even tell you. If you come to our house, though, our entire wall in our living room is filled with books. Many of them Stephen King. Yeah, I read all the time. I usually have one going and then one that I'm listening to. And usually it's like a fiction, then a nonfiction that I'm listening to at different times. But I love, so my very first Stephen King book that I read was It. So if you guys have ever read that one, I read it when I was 16 years old, didn't sleep well, loved every minute. Oh my gosh, but I love every minute of it. But yeah, I'm not, and there's tons of nonfiction. I have all kinds of coaching books and leadership books and things. I recently read the 5 a.m. Club, if you guys have read that.
Heard about it.
Yeah, it was pretty impactful. But I love to read and just pull little nuggets out of everything.
Very good.
Yeah.
Is Jeff as big a reader as you are?
He has a whole bunch of books, but he doesn't read them all.
He has books.
He doesn't finish them. I can't not finish.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Good question, Beebs. Here's a question from Roy. How many players of the week has A&T had?
Oh, wow.
And can you name each one?
Well, I can name each one. So this year, Peyton Washington has been Athlete of the Week numerous times. I don't know how many times, but if she was an Athlete of the Week, honorable mention. Jordan Grunler, Specialist of the Week, multiple times, and she's the Specialist of the year last year. I think the past 2 years, actually. Nobody can argue with that. And then Levy McDonald is our redshirt freshman, and she's been Freshman of the Week many times, but all of them well-deserving. So I'm hopeful for some postseason awards for these kiddos as well.
I bet you're in line for that. Very good question, Roy. Thank you. Question from Roxy G. Can you tell us what the sideline is going to look like at Oregon?
You should know that Roxy G is one of my wiener dogs. She has big ears. She's fantastic, so she got in here today.
Roxy. Roxy and?
Roxy, Lilybug, and Felix the cat.
There you
go.
But
Felix is also a dog.
Okay.
So the sideline is going to be insane this weekend, I think. We always pride ourselves on, it's not just the people who are standing on the floor. You are lovingly called the peanut gallery if you find yourself on our sideline. and they're invested in it. So most of the time I don't know what they're going to do, but you see little hints of the choreography that's going on, the things they're thinking of doing. So you should all come to the meet and see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you should be
Sideshow in addition to the real show.
I'm telling you. And my favorite thing to do is if you zoom in on the sideline when you're like our team is on the floor, that's the entertainment. So record it so you can watch both pieces.
Yeah, we should have one camera just on the sideline.
Yes.
And it's a huge part of the atmosphere, too.
Yeah.
You know, the energy that they bring on the side. Yeah.
They are just having fun, which I love.
Good job, Roxy G. Final question, the tumble track in the practice gym, how do you feel? Or I guess that's who it's from. The question is from the tumble track in the practice gym. How do you feel about the rankings leading up to the championship?
I think they might actually be accurate this time. But the first ones that came out, I was like, okay. But honestly, lots of changes during the year, right? Like in coaching and whatnot. But, Oregon started out at 4, which I did not think that was accurate. I thought they were number 2 all year. Quinnipiac's at number 3. I don't know. They're doing okay, and that they'll be on the other side of the bracket. If everything remains the same, they'll be on the other side of the bracket. So we advance all the way through, we're going to see Quinnipiac or Oregon at the end. And if you ask my team, I don't know which one they would want to see more. I think we haven't seen Quinnipiac in a couple of years. Look at them. So
who do you say?
Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac,
I think that's
really?
who they would want to see, because we haven't seen them in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're getting Oregon this week. So.
Yeah, so, I think the rankings are pretty accurate right now.
All right, very good. You know what? It's your world, and everybody else is just living in it. So whatever happens, it'll turn out great.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we look forward to Saturday. Baylor and Oregon, 5 o'clock in the Farrell Center. Fill the Farrell on Saturday. Some surprises ready for folks who come to the meet. So good luck there, and hope you set the all-time record again on Saturday.
Well, thank you.
All right, Felecia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. Great questions. Thank you all very much. Take a break. Come back. Mitch Thompson joins us when we come back.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Just took the Tacoma off-road deep into the woods. I got to this hidden campsite only it could reach, Hey, what about you?
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Oh, sweet. Wait, hey, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control. I didn't even break a sweat getting up to the spot.
Oh, well, I hit some pretty rough terrain myself. The Tundra handled it no problem with all that torque. The best part was pulling my buddy's camper through the mud like it was nothing.
Well, speaking of mud, I was kicking it up all weekend. And my Tacoma didn't even flinch.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
Whatever fun looks like to you, the Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are ready for it. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
Are you a proud Baylor fan? Do you love prizes? The Baylor Sports app allows fans to track their attendance across athletic events and earn points using Baylor Bold Rewards. Baylor Athletics wants to reward the most loyal fans for cheering on the Bears, so register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com or download the Baylor Sports app straight to your phone. Prizes this year are better than ever, so start earning your points today.
Elevate your lifestyle with a Baylor Club membership. Enjoy unparalleled access to our exclusive lounge area located in the heart of McLean Stadium. Membership with the Baylor Club means you're part of a vibrant community where networking and forging lasting connections is as easy as a smile and a handshake. Indulge in members-only events and personalized service that caters to your every need. For those extra special moments, host your private events with us. Contact the Baylor Club membership or private events team at 254-710-8080.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
The Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Let's give you our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. And folks, we switch gears. Join me in welcoming Baylor baseball coach Mitch Thompson with us for the second half hour. Welcome to you.
Thanks, John.
Don't take offense to that table of A&T girls that just kind of cleared out. Sorry about that.
Man, they were making some noise.
You girls don't want to stay and talk baseball with us? Shayla, you don't want to talk baseball? You can't leave. Oh, she's back. No, man,
Put the pressure on them.
There's a lot good to talk about, man. You guys
Appreciate
are coming off a very successful weekend on the road, 2 of 3 from Arizona at their plate. You've reached 20 wins. May not sound like much, but 20 wins at this point in the season. Just huge improvement in your team overall.
Well, appreciate that. The guys have been playing ball well, and we've stayed healthy, knock on wood, and it's been a great start to the season. So for the first half, we got to take what we can get, and we're excited about it.
A lot of highlights. Tuesday night was a highlight, wasn't it?
Fun night, really. Good ball game. Houston Christian gave us a really good game. They're having a great year themselves, and 2-2 into the bottom of the ninth, walk off home run in the ninth. That was pretty cool.
That was very fun.
We'll do that again. If we can have a couple more of those, we'll do them every week. If we can.
What is it? So that you're 7-0 at home or 7-0 in weekday games, midweek games. Yep. You've won 12 straight going back to last year midweek. Yeah. What is that for you guys?
Well, I don't know. I'm excited about it. I just think our guys are doing a good job of staying focused on what's right in front of us. I mean, we're constantly talking to them about today's game's the only game you can play. It's the only one that matters. So take advantage of it, and they're doing a really nice job of it, and showing up and winning those Tuesday games, and they add up, and they make a difference. I mean, when you think about it, we're 13-8 on the weekend, we're 7-0 during the year, so we're 20-8. It's a big difference, right?
Absolutely, they all count. So that's huge. I think that's tremendous. I think it does show you guys are focused for the midweeks. You're just ready to play whoever's next. You know who's in front of you that next
Well, that's
game.
The way our season goes. It's like 13 straight weeks of 4 games a week, and you better be focused on the very next one. If you're not, you're going to end up taking one on the chin. I mean, some of the people that were playing Texas State, we went down there and beat them the other night in San Marcos. We'll have them here this coming Tuesday. Mm-hmm. They beat A&M at A&M. They beat Texas at Texas this last week. UTSA's done the exact same thing, won both those games on the road. We beat them here earlier this year. So, it's challenge. We're playing good people, and they're capable of beating you for sure.
Right.
And so, we're proud of being 7-0. We'll try and make it 8 this next Tuesday.
That's huge. And this week, particularly challenging, given your travel coming back from Arizona late Sunday into Monday.
Yeah, and I got busted up about it today by Glenn Moore.
I heard that. Did you hear that?
His media, yeah. Glenn busted me up, said, I'm tired of hearing Coach Thompson complain about the travel. He said, I'd do anything to win 2 games on the road. So we're real excited about winning those 2 games on the road. But that travel was a mess, and we won't be going through that again if I can have anything to say about it.
Home at 4:30 a.m., right, Monday morning?
4:30 a.m. rolled in, and go to class, guys. Good luck with that one, right?
Yeah, get to class. Well, but a great weekend, 2 of 3 from Arizona, the team that was undefeated at home prior to the weekend. They were tied for the lead in the Big 12 going into the weekend, and I think I'm right, they were the highest-ranked team in the league going into the weekend.
Nationally ranked team, 14-0 at home. I mean, and it was a good environment and big crowds, and our guys embraced it, and it was fun to win on Friday and Saturday and get the series already in our pocket, and then we competed hard on Sunday. We just got off to a terrible start in the first inning and had to come back from it.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, you got down 10-0 in the first inning, but even at that, you guys really battled the whole game after that.
We did. From that point in time on, the last 8 innings of that game, we won 6-1, right? But we ended up being a few runs short. So we'll have to do a better job in the early parts of the game, but we'll work on that.
Let me ask you about some of your guys who seem like they're playing really well. Tyreek Kemp, is kind of hitting the cover off the ball, and man, is he fun to watch at shortstop.
Tell you what, he made 2 plays at Arizona, at least 2, that when you saw those, you go, there's really no one else in the – they don't do it any better at any level of the game. I mean, he made the Derek Jeter play in the 6th hole, jumped up, threw the ball across the infield. It was impressive. He did 2 different things and got rid of the ball and another play. And defensively, he's been outstanding. And then this year, he's taken a real step offensively. He's continued to improve, having seen the level of competition for a year, shortening up his stroke, using the other way. Coach Dill and Coach Blair have worked hard with him. I think his approach is way better, and he's getting fantastic results offensively too. I think he tied for the team lead in doubles right now with 10.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
He's playing really well. He's been at the bottom part of your lineup for the most part, and those guys at the bottom have been very productive. You moved him up to the 2-hole on Tuesday. You going to stay with that, or what are you
I
thinking?
don't know. I don't know yet. You know, I mean, I moved him up on Tuesday. We were missing both Ty Johnson and Wesley out of the lineup, and so just trying to piece the pieces together, I thought, well, Tyreek's the most natural guy to move up there. But I love him in the 8 or 9 hole because he's on base in front of our 1 through 4 hitters, you know, and so it's been good for him and good for us, and he's driven in a bunch of runs and done fantastic. He lengthens out our lineup, so the bottom half of our lineup's been very productive this year.
How do you feel? He's really good defensively. How do you feel about your defense overall?
Well, I think we've played well. We've played good defense for the most part. You know, our catching situation, both JJ and Court have done a nice job. Our infield play has been pretty good. We're not 100% clean, don't get me wrong. But, you know, playing on a grass field, typically it's probably going to be a 10 percentage points difference than playing on the turf.
Yeah.
The turf just slows everything down so much. There's all clean hops. I think for where we're at, we're doing a really nice job on the grass. I mean, we're fielding over 970 as a team, and that's always been kind of the benchmark that, hey, you're a pretty good defensive club if you can do that. And anybody that's doing it way above the 970 level, they're definitely on turf.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a different game.
I like it. I want to talk about your pitchers, starters, and relievers, but let's take a break. Back with more in a moment. Mitch Thompson is with us, Baylor head baseball coach. Bears hosting the Houston Cougars, a 3-game series this weekend at Baylor Ballpark. Back with more with Coach Thompson, live from Rudy's, right after this.
Hey, baseball fans, now's the time to get your season tickets for Baylor Baseball 2025. Come support Mitch Thompson and the Bears all season at Baylor Ballpark. Season tickets available for as low as $100 and available now at BaylorBears.com/tickets. Get your season tickets now to support Baylor Baseball, and we'll see you at the ballpark this season.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Your number 1 ranked acrobatics and tumbling team is in pursuit of their 10th straight national title and needs your help. Join them in the Farrell Center on Saturday, April 5th at 5 p.m. as they take on Oregon in a top 5 matchup and try to break the all-time attendance record at an acrobatics and tumbling meet. Tickets for this massive day are on sale now for a special price of just $2. Visit BaylorBears.com/tickets to secure your seat in Baylor history.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long-distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll beat all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank, live at Rudy's on the Circle in Waco. Thanks again to our hosts here at Rudy's. Always enjoy coming. Laney's over there and Riley's back there cutting the meat, and a lot of good folks. Thanks to all of you. We appreciate the hospitality each and every week here at Rudy's. Continuing with Mitch Thompson, Baylor head baseball coach, and mentioned pitching. It really hit me the other night, that Tuesday game against HCU. Here's a midweek game, and the pitchers, the arms that you ran out there on a Tuesday night, to me was really impressive and really speaks to how much depth you have on your staff.
No, our depth is definitely better, and it's obviously helped the winning percentage, no question, right? Bryson Bales is starting for us on Tuesday night this last week, and he's a 93, 94 mile an hour left-handed arm, and we followed him up with 90, 92 mile an hour arm after 92 mile an hour arm, every guy out there, and so I just think that our depth is better, and when you have better depth, it helps you out, and then that's probably the difference in us winning on Tuesday nights every week comparatively to not in the past. Maybe.
I bet that's right. You've played some midweek games in the past where you've seen that on the other side, and you hadn't been able to match it really.
Yeah, no, it's a struggle, right? I mean, you're pitching as much. You use your guys as best you can during the weekend, but you've got to take care of them, and you can't throw them out there every Tuesday and think that they're going to be fresh to go again on the weekend again. So you've really got to do a nice job of mixing and matching.
You finished with Will Glatch on Tuesday. He's been terrific, and Gabe Craig at the back end of the bullpen, man, he has been really good also.
Yeah, and we missed Gabe the other night. Gabe had an illness, and he wasn't available to us.
Okay.
Yeah, he was back home with a fever, but he's going to be good this weekend. But, Will has been fantastic. Those two guys at the back end of the bullpen for us have been really good. They both got big-time strikeout stuff. Their strikeout to walk numbers are off the chart. Their ERAs are fantastic, and they're tough outs. I mean, they're tough to hit, and so we like those guys at the back end.
Yeah.
I hope I get them out there a couple times this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And the impact that Sean Snedeker has made on this staff. One of the things is the walks. What's the number? You're 14-1 now. Is that right? When you give up 2 or fewer walks in a game?
I'm not 100% sure about that, John. But it's I mean, seriously, if we do what we're being coached to do, and the guys are doing everything they can all the time, and Coach Sned's made a huge difference for us for sure.
Yeah.
And from day one, he stepped in with the guys and started developing that relationship. But it was about throwing strikes. It's about being quick to the plate, not giving up free bases, not giving up stolen bases. And it ends up impacting the game, you know. I mean, every base you keep somebody off of, it keeps somebody from having a chance to score. So when you play good defense around them and you don't walk people, it's hard to score a bunch.
Yeah. Max tells me the number is 13-2 when you allow 2 walks or less in a game. That's really impressive.
That's a good number.
I like that. You're 14-1 when you strike out 9 or more batters in a game.
I'll take them both.
Pretty good numbers.
I'll take them both. Let's strike out 9 or more. That helps our team defense too, and don't walk anybody, and makes it. We'll win a bunch, won't we?
Yeah, absolutely. You moved Carson Bailey into the weekend rotation. What have you seen from him since then?
Well, the first 2 times out was really good. At Kansas, he ended up helping us get the Sunday win. Same thing again here against Kansas State. Pitched Sunday at Arizona and struggled. It's a freshman thing. There's growing pains. There's things that guys have to learn how they go about their business, and a really talented arm. The beauty of it is because it was so short of an outing on this last Sunday, we just moved him to Saturday this week. So he'll throw Saturday this week, and we'll go Ethan Calder on Friday and Carson Bailey on Saturday, and we're still TBA on Sunday just because I'm going to use whoever I got to use to win games if we can win them on Friday and Saturday, and then we'll figure out Sunday after that.
Man, really good. So you played 2 Big 12 road series against 2 really good teams, Kansas and Arizona, and you're 3-3 in those 2 series.
Yeah, and that's a change. That's good, right? I mean, the goal was always to win your home series for sure. Win at home and be able to at least split on the road. If you can do that, then you've got a chance to be a really good club at the end of the year. And right now Kansas and Arizona are definitely in the top 3 or 4 of the conference, and we've already played 2 of them on the road. So 4 of our next 6 weeks will be here at home. We need to take advantage of it. We need to fill that ballpark. We need to win series, man. Just keep winning. And, that's what we've been talking about, just keep moving forward, foot on the pedal, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
Just keep moving forward to the next thing. And there's gonna be a pothole somewhere, and then we just got to get the car back on the road and keep going all gas, no brakes. Next up.
I love it. Houston coming in this weekend. Let's take a break. We'll talk about that matchup. Also want to ask you can think about it through the break. Is there any overriding memory in your mind of a Baylor versus Houston game, okay? Anything come to mind? We'll get to that when we come back.
Yeah.
All right. Baylor and U of H this weekend at Baylor Ballpark. More with Coach Mitch Thompson, Baylor baseball coach, when we come back live from Rudy's.
Elevate your lifestyle with a Baylor Club membership. Enjoy unparalleled access to our exclusive lounge area located in the heart of McLean Stadium. Membership with the Baylor Club means you're part of a vibrant community where networking and forging lasting connections is as easy as a smile and a handshake. Indulge in members-only events and personalized service that caters to your every need. For those extra special moments, host your private events with us. Contact the Baylor Club membership or private events team at 254-710-8080. Hey, Baylor fans, now's the time to reserve your season tickets at Getterman Stadium for Baylor Softball 2025. Season tickets available for as low as $90, and they're available now at BaylorBears.com/tickets. Baylor Softball season tickets available now. We'll see you at Getterman Stadium this season.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Just took the Tacoma off-road deep into the woods. I got to this hidden campsite only it could reach, Hey, what about you?
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Oh, sweet. Wait, hey, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control. I didn't even break a sweat getting up to the spot.
Oh, well, I hit some pretty rough terrain myself. The Tundra handled it no problem with all that torque. The best part was pulling my buddy's camper through the mud like it was nothing.
Well, speaking of mud, I was kicking it up all weekend. And my Tacoma didn't even flinch.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
Whatever fun looks like to you, the Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are ready for it. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Live from Rudy's with Coach Mitch Thompson. Jonathan Berry is here. Boy, that makes it a big night right there. But we're glad everybody is here at Rudy's. And U of H coming in this weekend. The Cougars. We thought their fans' interest may be diverted a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a Final Four game in San Antonio.
Yeah. Coach Whitting actually said that to me. He said, hey, if we get rain on Saturday, I'll just go to San Antonio and watch a basketball game. I said, I bet you will.
Go for it, right?
Yeah.
But Houston coming in, nice to be at home, isn't it? I mean, you got to take advantage of these home series.
No question, home series are big, and the only issue is the weather. You just got to, for me, having to pull the trigger on what to do with the weather. Hopefully we can get it to clear out of here and be a good weekend. Yeah.
I said any overriding memories of Baylor versus U of H? Kind of a staged question. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. I remember one down at U of H.
What year was that?
Golly, you asked me. I know Jason Jennings was there.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's got to be like late 90s, and we're playing them, and it's a 22-inning affair.
22
innings. Now I only got to see the first 9.
Well, that's true.
I got dumped after 9 and had to peek over the hill to watch the last 12 and see the win. And I told you the story earlier too. They had a bunch of frat guys or football guys or whatever that were right down on the other side of our first base dugout. And I stuck my head out of the dugout, stood up, and I was directing somebody, and I had on a green turtleneck shirt and a green jersey. And one of them yelled at me, "Hey, Shrek, get back in the dugout." So about as cold-blooded as it could possibly be. But I tucked my tail and went right back in the dugout there. I thought, Shrek, how mean is that?
That's funny. That's not why you got ejected from the game, though.
That wasn't how
it?
I got ejected, yeah.
That's great. So U of H here right now, 6:30 Friday, 2 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday. I want to get to as many of these questions as we can. Roy asks, it's a good question, what do you enjoy more, a walk-off win or a run rule win?
Tough question.
Yeah.
Win.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take either one of them, Roy. Walk-offs are pretty exciting, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Run rules are a little calmer. My blood pressure does a little better with the run rules, so I'll take either one. I'll promise you that. The key word is win.
Yep. End of the night, it is a win, so that's good. All right, Bob Barrett also has some questions for you related to the house settlement and roster size, but we're out of time. So if you don't mind, if you can talk to Bob on your way out and answer his questions, but we got to go.
Yeah.
And good luck. Look forward to this weekend.
Appreciate it, everybody. We're looking forward to having you at the ballpark, and thanks for all the support.
All right, Coach Mitch Thompson, Baylor Baseball, home, a 3-game series against U of H this weekend. Take a break. Be back to wrap things up right after this.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas, San Marcos.
About a minute, I think. Yep.
WW.
I'll let you know when we get to the end of the break. But it should be about a minute.
For Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. For our edge checking and savings.
Oh, man, when he's talking about that Shrek comment, I was like, oh, that's a really funny burn. Like, it is mean. It is mean. He was like, oh, why you gotta be so mean? I felt bad. I was like, but he knows there's, lots of chatter from the stands during Baylor games.
And this is my story. The village of people that have supported and encouraged me over my 4 years here are the reason I am where I am today. Whether athletic, professional, or personal support, Baylor and the sport of acrobatics.
That's pretty great.
Resilient, educated, and hardworking woman I am today, and I could not be more grateful. My name is Jordan Grindler, and this is...
Probably get kicked out of school for fat shaming for doing that now.
Champions Tribune at BaylorBears.
Right.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins in a family.
Minute 20.
Better than pop.
So I'll start you at a minute.
Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's. Thanks to Felecia Mulkey, who is here with us. Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling in action 5 p.m. Saturday in the Farrell Center against Oregon. Great matchup. Number 1, Baylor versus number 2, Oregon. This is a push to fill the Farrell, set an all-time attendance record, actually break Baylor's own attendance record for the sport of acrobatics and tumbling. So come on out. Tickets only $2 on Saturday at 5 in the Farrell Center for Baylor versus Oregon acrobatics and tumbling. Senior night as well. They'll recognize their seniors of this team that is undefeated and ranked number 1 in the nation and going for a 10th consecutive national championship. Thanks to Coach Mitch Thompson, who was on with us also. So baseball hosting Houston, a 3-game series right now scheduled for 6:30 Friday, 2 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock on Sunday. May change with the weather, but that's the schedule as of right now. So we appreciate your being with us this evening here at Rudy's. Those of you watching, those of you listening, thank you very much. Thanks to our host here at Rudy's, and we'll be back next Thursday with another edition of the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank.
Perfect.
Listening.
Thanks, John. Talk to you tomorrow, bud.
Right. Presented
See you.
Central National Bank on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's show was brought to you by Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Texas Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. HEB, the official grocer of Baylor Athletics. Proudly serving Texans since 1905. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Join us again next week for the Baylor Coaches Show, live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Sick of Bears.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.